Hello and welcome to Cash22. I'm your host, Mark Allen. Every year, over 1 million people in this country graduate from college. And what's the number one reason they go to college? To get a better job. Each of us has a dream of becoming something great. Some of us want to be athletes. Some want to fight crime on the police force. And some ambitious souls even want to fly to space. When it comes down to it, most of us end up doing something that we wouldn't have predicted as a child. Personally, I've spent time in sales, driving a forklift in a warehouse, teaching swimming lessons, being a tour guide, and even spent a weekend working as a clown making balloon animals. After all, we can't all be firefighters, doctors, and airline pilots, right? Cash22 is a program about the careers that lie in front of us and what it takes to succeed and make a living. Most college graduates are around the age of 22, and the one thing that's on all of their minds? Cash. How will they make their living? Will they enjoy it at the same time? Will they excel in their chosen field? And what does it take to get there? One thing I think every young professional could use to succeed in the world is a guide or mentor. Somebody that's been there and done that. Somebody that's had to change jobs, work for a demanding boss, and deliver results to stay ahead. To make things fun, what we're going to do on this show is meet up-and-coming young professionals, learn about their hopes and dreams, and bring in seasoned professionals and experts in the field to mentor them live, right here on the show.
Counting sheep in my dreams. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, and more and more and more. I found myself dreaming of you and me and all the good times we've ever had. It's getting harder just to be away. So tired, I'm so tired. It's getting harder just to keep my eyes open. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Body pillow. It's getting harder just to be awake. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. It's getting harder just to keep my eyes open. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. If this is what it's like when I'm sleeping, then that's what I'm gonna do. What I love about dreaming is that I get to be with you. If this is what it's like when I'm sleeping, then that's what I'm gonna do. What I love about dreaming is that I get to be with you. It's getting harder just to be awake. I'm so tired, I'm so tired.
On this episode of Cash22, we'll be spending some time getting to know Katherine Hepburn, who shares the name of the famous actress, of course, Katherine Hepburn. This Katherine Hepburn is a local musician here in Ann Arbor who attends Washtenaw Technical Middle College. And Katherine has been making a name for herself in the Ann Arbor music scene. Katherine, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Great. So have you always had a love for music?
Yeah, I've always loved to sing and singing. I never did the whole choir thing in middle school or high school, but always loved to sing, and I kind of wanted to take it a step further, so just kept going with it and picked up the ukulele.
Okay, nice. So at what age did you actually start playing the ukulele?
Yeah, I want to say I was probably like 13, 14. I kind of had been seeing some people playing the ukulele. It looked really cool and didn't have as much luck with other instruments, and I got one for Christmas and kind of just kept going, rolled with it.
And you write your own songs now? Is
I
that
do,
right?
yeah. I did start off playing a lot of covers, and then it kind of just hit me. I was like, wait, like I can do this. Why don't I write my own songs?
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about the first time you actually considered becoming a musician and saying, hey, this is more than just a hobby, maybe I want to pursue this as a career potentially?
Yeah, so like you said, I started writing my own songs, and writing my own songs, and through the Neutral Zone, actually, I got the chance to perform at different open mics, and after doing that and actually performing for an audience and kind of just falling in love with being on stage and being in front of people, I thought to myself, like, I could really do this.
Mm-hmm. And tell us a little bit about the Neutral Zone. That's obviously an important part of your career so far.
Yeah, so in middle school, I used to go to the Neutral Zone just to go to concerts almost every weekend. My friends and I would go see concerts at the Neutral Zone of other teens playing, although I was a lot younger. And then as I started to grow up, I got to perform there. A lot of my friends there were also performers. And then at the Neutral Zone, there's a program called Youth Owned Records, and it's a teen-run record label, and they sign on other teen acts, record them, like get albums out, and so they signed me on, and that's kind of how I got to where I am now.
Oh, that's amazing. I understand you're about to release your own album, is that right?
Yeah, so my album is called Over Easy, and it's been in the making since probably 2010, since I wrote that first song. It's going to be on the album, and just every year writing more songs, picking up other musicians to join me in this journey, and now I'm finally there. So that'll be out at the end of this month or early May.
Wow, that's great. Is there some sort of opening? Are you going to be doing a show in town?
Yeah, I hope to be doing a show at Mighty Good Coffee, actually, at their dry bar, and so that'll be really fun. And since we did record the album live, which was kind of a risk, but one that we felt would capture just like the natural performance feel, so I'm hoping that a lot of the people that came to the album recording will come back to this show also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd certainly like to come to that myself. Keep us posted when that happens. So let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges you might face in the industry, becoming a musician. And so far in the few years that you've been doing this, what have been some of the hardest parts about being a musician and trying to make a name for yourself?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely hard sometimes just to find somewhere to play. And so even if I'm just playing for 5 people who want to hear, if I'm playing for 100 people at the Carytown Concert House who like wanted to see my album be recorded, it's been a fun time, but it's just hard to find places to go. Or for some shows you get put on last, or you might have to play right before the end, and a lot of the people have left just because like I'm still trying to make a name for myself. And another challenge I would say is kind of when I do write music, I try to be very original and from my heart, and so I just try to make sure that I'm writing for myself and not for what other people want to hear.
Right. have you had any challenges with motivation? Do you have energy to write songs, and do you always feel motivated? I imagine not all the time, but.
Yeah, I definitely try not to just write a song because I need a song written. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I try to write songs out of things that have happened, or if I'm feeling sad or something, or if I'm just feeling beat down, I'll put my emotion and if I felt like complaining about something, I'll put it into a song. So it usually takes something happening, and then, or I just, in my head, will hear a line and be like, that sounds really cool, and so I'll write it down and try to come up with like a cool chord progression, and those songs take a lot longer to put together, but yeah.
I hear that artists, I'm not much of a musician myself, fuel off of emotion when they write their songs, whether it's love or they're angry at something. There's always some sort of emotion behind it. How would you say that factors into your work? Are you usually in a good mood when you write songs, or feeling angry? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so a lot of the songs on my album, Over Easy, I would say fall in the like cheesy love category. And considering I started writing songs when I was in middle school, so like 7th and 8th grade, like I wouldn't really say I knew what love was, but I just think it's kind of cool that I wrote these like happy, sappy songs, but they can still apply to people, whether you're like a 12-year-old girl or like about to be a 19-year-old. So, but yeah, they're usually more happy and upbeat. And then some of my songs I write if I'm frustrated or tired, but there's a lot less of those.
And what would be your target audience, would you say, for your songs? A similar age group, high school students?
Yeah, that's kind of hard because I've played for so many different people just who come out to support me, and I've always gotten pretty positive feedback. So it seems like there's kind of a little bit of something for everybody. So there's not like a specific age range.
Right. I'm sure all ages can enjoy your music.
Yeah, it's very clean.
Yeah, very clean. That's wonderful. And tell me a little bit about the support you've received or not received from your family or friends. Have there been people that have discouraged you or encouraged you, and who have those people been?
Yeah, I've been very thankful to have a very good support system. I mean, my dad, always there for me. Not only drives me everywhere I need to be, but is always pushing me and giving me little critiques that are very helpful, and telling me that, you know, if you really want to do this, like, you can do this. Don't think that just because it's a big goal that you can't achieve that. And my friends, very thankful. I have a large group of friends that are also supporting me, that they want like signed copies of my album, even though I see them like on a daily basis, and they're very good at just coming to shows, and they love it, so it's very helpful.
So that's been a big part of you continuing and helping to motivate you?
Yeah, I definitely don't think I'd be where I am now if I didn't have my large pool of support people.
Yeah, that's great. Is there a musician that you admire and look up to, somebody that you'd like to emulate?
Yeah, so I had to think about this for a while, but there's an artist, his name is Sufjan Stevens, and he's from Michigan, and I probably started listening to him around middle school, and he's done a lot of albums, put out, plays a lot of instruments, his voice is very wholesome, and just all of his work is just very beautiful, and I also want to be like that.
That's wonderful. Do you have a favorite song that you've written?
Yeah, so it would probably be 90 Degrees. It's kind of like a summery tune, just hopeful about summer and love of friends, people around you, and it's very catchy, and my friends know all the words to it, and so it's probably my favorite song so far.
Would you play it for us this evening? Great. So let's hear it.
Our I really like your hair. You're such a tease, like that 90 degrees in the future forecast. I wanna waste my time with you. You put me at ease, like that 90 degrees in the future forecast. I wanna waste my time with you. Wanna go swimming in your eyes. Wanna go away from here. Wanna stay right by your side. Wanna say, won't you be mine? You're such a tease, like that 90 degrees in the future forecast. I wanna waste my time with you. You put me at ease, like that 90 degrees in the future forecast. I wanna waste my time with you. Seasons changed and you changed too. The days got longer and my heart grew fonder. It got warmer, you got warmer, I got warmer. In the beginning of summer, beginning of summer.
Catherine, that was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Nice work on that. Bravo. Can you tell us about the first time you got paid to play the ukulele and sing?
Yeah, so recently Lucky's Market opened up in Ann Arbor, and I was approached by one of their contacting manager people, and they just approached me on Facebook and said, we really like your music, like we're opening up a store, do you want to come play? And I was like, of course. And I'm so used to playing just like little shows for free, so I like would have done it for free. And then she asked me like what my price was and if we could like negotiate a price, and that was the first time I've ever had to do anything like that. And so I kind of just had to go to my friends through the neutral zone, like, guys, I don't know how much money to ask for, and that was kind of cool. And so I made over $200 just playing music for people who are willing to listen.
Yeah,
so
doing what you do every day.
yeah, it was amazing.
That sounds like a fun experience. Have you had a favorite show that you've performed at?
Yeah, so the Neutral Zone puts on a show now every summer called Live on Washington, and it's right on Washington in front of the Neutral Zone. They block off the street. It's kind of like an all-day festival type thing, and I got to play at that last year, and that was especially special because I auditioned to play the year before and didn't get in, and so to come back and play and just have like all my supporters there and getting to play for as long as I wanted to, like it was just a great time, and it was on my birthday, so
Kind
great
of a
birthday.
dream come
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that sounds like a nice
Yeah.
birthday.
It was a great day.
Yeah, good. Let's revisit a little bit about the challenges that you might face. Have you ever felt being, a minority or maybe not fitting in with the group that you've been in a club with, that you've had a challenge being just a female or African American? Has that been a challenge in any way?
Yeah, so I would say at first, it definitely took me a while to realize that me being a minority, female, and African American isn't a hindrance, that I can still do what I want to do. And I've had a lot of positive black female role models, such as like Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu, that kind of just pushed me and made me see that I can really do whatever I want to do. And now that I'm older and I've kind of been doing this a little bit longer and have grown up, I've realized that it makes me unique in a way, and it kind of pushes me forward than like the norm, and I think it excites people and they want to listen to my music, so that makes me happy.
Oh, that's wonderful. Have you ever had a mentor in the music business, somebody that's listened to your music, given you feedback personally, and worked with you through the process?
I haven't gotten the chance to do that yet, so I'm excited. Most of my mentors are really just other musician friends, so we're kind of a lot of my friends are musicians or just artists in general, so we give each other feedback, but it's not on that level of having someone who's professional and really knows what they're doing and has been out in the world. So.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, we actually invited a mentor to come speak with you on the show on Cash22, and we wanted to give you the opportunity to think about, you know, what it's like to be in the music business and ask questions about any of the challenges they've faced or how you market yourself as a musician. There's all sorts of aspects that you probably haven't fully explored yet.
Definitely.
And so in just a minute here, we're going to learn a little bit about Dan Carter from the Jake Lives Band. And he's been playing in the Ann Arbor area for a little while. And Dan has been in this business for longer than you have, but he's obviously plays a different style of music. There are things that we can relate back to just living in that industry. Are there any questions that you have for Dan that you'd like to prepare for before we meet him?
Yeah, I'm mainly thinking about just kind of traveling with another group of people and just having to write music, and how do you stay true to yourself when you're also trying to please an audience, and then maybe some more technical aspects of being a musician, just like dealing with money and getting paid for doing what you love and things like that.
Right. Well, before we meet Dan, if you weren't a musician, what would you be doing as a profession?
Well, I'm actually going to school in the fall for physical therapy, and so I'm kind of torn between these two things, that I really, really love music and I really like physical therapy and just like working with the human body, so that's where I'd be.
That sounds great. Yeah, I'm not a physical therapist, but it's definitely a useful profession as well.
Yeah.
So let's take a minute now and we'll watch an interview with Dan Carter, and then we'll be able to meet him in just a few minutes.
All right.
Dan Carter, stage name Dan Dahsoulman Carter. Well, the Jake Lives Band was started back in 2010. So we've been through a whole bunch of people over the years. And so we got a nice solid group today. And it's, you know, things are working out well. We created a nice gel and a nice sound together.
Great. So that's Dan Carter. We're going to meet him here in just a little bit. So Katherine, before we close on this part of the episode, how can people listen to your music if they want to find more?
Yeah, so I'm also very thankful to be in a tech-savvy time period where it's easy to promote things through the internet that maybe other people couldn't do before. But I have a Facebook, so if you just search my name, Katherine Hepburn, it should come up. And then I also have a Twitter, and it's at @CatHepMusic, KATHEP music. Katherine Hepburn was like way too long, but those are the best two ways right now to find me, and then there are other ways through those two sites.
And we have the album coming
yep,
soon.
album's coming out.
I'm sure we'll be able to find that on Facebook and Twitter too. So that's wonderful. Well, thanks so much, Katherine. The music was beautiful. I enjoyed getting to know you. This was a great experience.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. And we'll get to know Dan here real soon.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
I don't know what I wanted from you, but I knew that something was there. I felt it in the air, but there was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do. I was infatuated with you. Your body got the best of me. Your persona was my favorite hobby. I didn't know what to do with you. Just friends was all we'd ever be. If only you had seen me. I wonder if you were fond of me. I really liked you. Were the worst, I really liked you. Were the worst, I really liked you. Were the worst, it hurt. It must have been something you said that made me fall for you. I really fell for you. You triggered something in my head, and I probably would have turned bright red if I could. If I could. Just friends was all we'd ever be. If only you had seen me. I wonder if you were fond of me. I really liked you. Were the worst, I really liked you. Were the worst, I really liked you. Were the worst, it hurt. I couldn't let you loose. I didn't want to lose you. But in the end, I was the one who lost you. Did it really matter? Did you really matter? Did I ever matter to you? Just friends was all we'd ever be. If only you had seen me. I wonder if you were fond of me. I really liked you. Were the worst, I really liked you. Were the worst, I really liked you. Were the worst, it hurt.
Something tell me